Hello students, so coming back to second part of September 13, that is organism and population. In this class, we will discuss about biotic factor, okay? And we also know that a particular habitat will be determined or will be categorized by two factors. One is abiotic factor and another one is biotic factor. And in previous class, we have already studied about abiotic factor. So here in this class, we will discuss only biotic factor. And this biotic factor is also represented by living organism, and this living organism, that is biotic factor, can be categorized into two groups, that is regulator and conformer, and this we will discuss it one by one. Aduna ngasi ko tamdei karigi matang dano hai kandadi biotic factor matang dani biotic factor di group in thokhaito payagani amana regulator kaure amana conformer kaure sigi ani se akoi in details ta study to winners. Next, come to regulator. So these are the organisms which can maintain homeostasis. That means regulator are those organisms which can maintain constant body temperature as well as what? Constant osmotic concentration. And regulator are usually represented by warm-blooded animals just like birds and mammals. And even some lower vertebrates and invertebrate, they can also maintain homeostasis. Okay. The regulator se kanano hypertargadi ngasai organism singduneba karam organism no hakana moigu eba constant body temperature plus constant kana osmotic concentration maintain to wonga makangu do we call it what? Regulator. Okay. And biologists also believe that the success of this mammal to live in cold as well as hot area is due to their ability to maintain constant body temperature. Aduna ngasagi kadoba warm blood regulator have a kangu sidi kadoga kanda body do maintain body ki temperature do maintain to wonga mabanina moise any kind of habitat survive to wonga mane yabra. So this is about regulator. Next, come to conformer. So conformer, these are the organisms which cannot maintain homeostasis. That means conformer cannot maintain constant temperature as well as what? Constant osmotic concentration. That means the body temperature will change according to the temperature of the environment. Haibadi conformer se karam organism no haitari masagi oiba constant body temperature plus constant osmotic concentration se maintain to ngamaroi aduna internal factor temperature oigera osmotic concentration oigera sigi pose kana depend torni mapangi external factor da depend torne. Okay, and this conformer are usually represented by plants and some lower animals. Okay, this is something about conformer. Next, let us discuss one important point, that is thermoregulation. So thermoregulation, actually it is a regulation of temperature, and this thermoregulation is an energy consuming process, and how much energy will be consumed during thermoregulation also depends on surface area. That means this heat loss or heat gain is a function of surface area. Haibadi thermoregulation temperature regulate to energy consuming process amaneba. Energy can consume to habdo ke makha polakani surface area gi makha polakani. On surface area sautaragadi lot of energy will be consumed. Natra okay, surface area piaba less amount of energy will be consumed. So because of this factor, small animals are not found in polar region. And that's why the question and the question is why small animals are not found in polar region. So let us find out the answer. This small animal, they have a large surface area in comparison to their volume. So when the outside temperature is cold, then definitely this animal will lose body heat very fast, and thus they have to expend more energy to generate body heat. On the other side, the product of energy will also depend on the volume. So as the surface area is larger than the volume, definitely the energy produced may not be sufficient to generate body heat. Because of this, small animals are not found in polar region. Haibadi ngasagi smaller animals singse magi body surface area siga volume suga compare to kanda surface area chawbi helane. Aduna ngasai mapang temperature ingamna whole body surface area do adugi heat generate to daka tarakane. Adugi daka tabada heat generate to daka tab energy do body volume dunu puthokadam neba and volume dunu pibanina ngasai man puthobi energy do ngasai heat generate to insufficient or unable. Because of this, small animals are not found in polar region. Now let us discuss one important point. So in a particular habitat, if this stressful condition is remain for a short duration, the question is what can the organism do? Here the organism can either migrate or suspend. And if the organism cannot migrate or suspend, then the organism can either undergo estivation or hibernation. Haibadi, karigumba stressful external conditions na particular habitat matam kharagi short duration gi leba taragadi organism kai to buya gani hamne sesta organism hai stressful condition to avoid to ba kari to buya ganda migration to buswe suspension to buswe aruga organism to na marina migrate to ngam draba suspend to ngam draba then kai to gani na magi hibernation natraga estivation to buya gani hamne. So let's discuss this point one by one. Now, first come to migration. We know that some animals, some organisms like birds can move away from stressful habitat to more favorable area, and definitely they will return back to their natural habitat when this stressful period is over. Okay, and so every year the Loktaale will host or witness thousands of birds from Siberia. Aduna kadawga kanda magi particular habitat sida matam kharagi unfavorable condition akanda moise atopa favorable area da moise migrate tar chaluraneba aruga mu moi habitat sida kadabang hagi stressful conditions ne loiramani har kanda mu return tawdine mai tawdana akoi loktal to laiba migratory birds sing from Siberia, they will again return back to their natural habitat takam kanda moi stressful periods na over orekana. So this is about migration. Next, come to suspension. So, in case of bacteria, fungi, and lower plant, the spore that they produce, they can suspend their normal activities during this stressful condition. And during this period, the spores are protected by thick wall. Like this, in higher plant, seed, some basal papicules, they can also enter into dormancy. That means the seed basal papicules, okay, they can suspend their normal activities during to avoid this stressful condition. Aduna kadore bacteria, fungi, gumadadi. ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯀꯩꯗꯧꯕ ꯃꯣꯏꯅ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯤꯟꯁꯤꯄꯜ ꯁ꯭ꯄꯣꯔꯗꯣ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯇ꯭ꯔꯦꯁꯐꯨꯜ ꯀꯟꯗꯤꯁꯟꯗ ꯃꯣꯏ ꯑꯦꯛꯇꯤꯚꯤꯇꯤ ꯂꯣꯏ ꯂꯦꯞꯈ꯭ꯔꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯁ꯭ꯄꯣꯔꯁꯦ ꯀꯅꯥꯅ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯇꯦꯛ ꯇꯧ ꯊꯝꯒꯅꯤ ꯊꯤꯛ ꯋꯥꯜ ꯑꯃꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯗꯅ ꯁꯤꯠ ꯕꯦꯁꯤꯠ ꯄꯣꯄꯤꯒꯜꯁꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯗꯣꯔꯃꯦꯟꯁꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯦꯠꯇ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯃꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯅꯣꯔꯃꯦꯜ ꯑꯦꯛꯇꯤꯚꯤꯇꯤꯗꯣ ꯀꯩꯕ ꯁꯁꯄꯦꯟ ꯇꯧꯅꯦꯕ ꯗ꯭ꯌꯨꯔꯤꯡ ꯀꯅꯥꯅꯣ ꯁ꯭ꯇ꯭ꯔꯦꯁꯐꯨꯜ ꯀꯟꯗꯤꯁꯟ. ꯁꯣ ꯗꯤꯁ ꯁꯝꯊꯤꯡ ꯑꯕꯥꯎꯠ ꯁꯁꯄꯦꯟꯁꯟ. But some animal cannot migrate or suspend to avoid such stressful condition. In this condition, what can the organism do? Anang migrate to ngamdre, suspend to ngamdramna, haji organism kharadi, animal kharana to boyari se kaina kanda either and they can undergo hibernation or estivation. This the hibernation, estivation. How can to the poseganda escaping of time? But the mangan gadeneva during what stressful condition? It may be during winter or it may be during kana summer. To avoid summer related problems or to avoid kana winter related problems. So first come to hibernation. So hibernation, it is a condition in which an organism will enter a state of inactivity during which period? During winter. So hibernation, you can call it what? Winter sleep, and this is shown by bear. Next come to estivation. Here, estivation, it is a condition in which an organism will enter a state of inactivity. During which period? During summer. So we can call this estivation as summer sleep. And it is shown by snail and fish. Okay, so this is the condition, this is the things that some organism can undergo during stressful condition when the organism cannot migrate or suspend. And even zooplankton can also avoid unfavorable environmental condition by entering a period of suspended development, and this condition is known as diapause. Now zooplankton the sukadoga kanda magi developing stage ta karigumba unfavorable condition lagtragadi magi developing stage so lepthopangame adugi condition we call it diapause. So these are the different ways by which some organism will avoid stressful condition which may remain for short period in their natural habitat. Okay, and this brings me to the end of this class, and before we wind up, let me remind you of what we have learned in this class. So today we have discussed about biotic factor, and in this biotic factor we have learned about regulator and conformer, and we also study about migration, suspension, hibernation, estivation, and diapause. Okay, and this brings me to the end of this class, and thank you very much for your attention. Thank you again.